Hey everyone, this is Scott from the Forgot to Grow podcast. Welcome to our Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse movie review. I just got back from seeing Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse in theaters and I fucking loved it. This was a great fucking movie. I understand why there's so much good buzz and word of mouth about this movie because it was just as good as everybody said it was, in my opinion at least. I can't think of anything wrong or negative to say about this movie because I just enjoyed it so much. It was just 2 hours of pure comic book fun. And I can admit, Spider-Man's never been, like, he probably doesn't even make my top 5 superheroes normally, but this Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse brings him right up to there. That movie is probably my favorite. I don't want to say necessarily it is my favorite Spider-Man / favorite animated movie ever, but it's definitely up there. I have to see it again, before I can be definitive about that kind of decision, but it is definitely going to be in the top 5 for sure. Definitely my favorite animated movie from this year. Granted, I haven't seen really any animated movies this year. I didn't go see Incredibles, but this one, they got me into the theater. I sat through the 2 hours. I considered buying a second ticket to rewatch it again because it was that good. I want to see a sequel to this. It was so much fun. It was funny. It was entertaining. Miles Morales, Peter Parker, a couple Peter Parkers, and then the whole Spider-Verse, Spider-Gwen. It was just, it was great. All the characters just did a great job. The animation style, the art style in this is just, like, it was probably my favorite animation style I've ever seen, to be honest. I freaking love it. I'd put this up there with, like, Batman the Animated Series is the only other animation I've really loved as much as this, because this, they just did such a great job and it was so comic book. Like, they brought comic books to life in this animated film, and they did exactly, like, they took you where you couldn't go in a live action Spider-Man film. We've got 7 of them, 6 of them. We've got 6 of them. Is there 6 or 7? There's 3, 2, there's 6 of them. We have 6 of them already. This is the 7th. We have 6 already, and this one did so much stuff that those ones could have never, ever have dreamed of trying to do with a live action one. There's so much CGI in those ones already, but this animated one just had the freedom to just go so much further and just show you this show you the Spider-Verse in just a way that live action, I don't think, could just couldn't have done it justice in the way that this animation style did. And just the, like, cartooniness, comic bookiness to it, and the characters, the art style, I adored it. I was just glued to the screen. I was lucky enough to see it in a 3D theater. Well, lucky enough, I paid for the 3D theater, and I dished out the money for it, but it was worth it, to be honest. To be honest, I wasn't happy about dishing out the money for it, but now that having seen it, it was worth it. It was worth the 17 bucks I paid to go see this movie because I enjoyed it so much. It was a good 2 hours of just fun. It was heartfelt. There was heartfelt moments in this. I got teared up at one point. I only ever get tearful during superhero movies. That says something about my personality, but we won't talk about that in this video. But this movie just, it pulled on your heartstrings because it just had such a heartfelt message and story to it, and it was just so great. Like I said, the characters, the story. I don't want to, like I said, I tried my best to avoid any spoilers, so I'm not going to talk too much about, like, the plot and stuff. But it was just great. It was a great story. The pacing of this was just, it was moving pretty quick, but you were able to keep up with it at the same time. I think they did a great job of balancing this movie. It didn't feel like it was meant just for kids, but it didn't also feel like it was strictly for adults. It felt like it was just for everybody to enjoy, and I really enjoyed Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It was a great time. If you love Spider-Man, you're gonna freaking love, I think you're gonna love this film. But if you like superheroes in general, you'll definitely love this film. If you like a good animated film, you'll love this film. If you don't fall into one of those categories, I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. I don't know what types of movies you people watch if you don't watch superheroes or animated or any of that stuff. But anyways, I freaking love this movie. I really did, so I'll recommend it to anybody who I can. But yeah, that's all my thoughts currently on this one. We'll be discussing it on the Forgot to Grow podcast next week. This week we talked about all the Spider-Man movies. So be sure to check that out on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again for joining me today. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what you thought of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. If you've seen it already, if you haven't, go see it and then come let me know. Thanks again for joining me today, and have a good one.